and I'm very honored to have with us Professor Wayan Dibia, who is an expert on what is called in Indonesia the Kecak Ramayana, which is the Balinese Ramayana. And today he and some performers who are accompanying him, they'll be giving us a short introduction to Kecak and also give a short performance and in fact introduce us to our Ramayana. I also want to welcome Mr. Masni Friza, who is the Minister and Deputy Chief of Mission of Indonesian Embassy. And Mr. Masni was telling me that when they were growing up, he never thought that Ramayana and Mahabharata were Indians. He always thought they are Indonesians. And it's only when you grew up, then you realized that Ramayana and Mahabharata had originated in India. So that's how deep Ramayana and Mahabharata have gone in the Indonesian psyche, and of course also Southeast Asia generally. And I think this is one area which we seem to have neglected. Maybe we are so engrossed in ourselves, so full in ourselves that we have not, we know a little bit here and there, but I don't think there is a systematic, deep academic studies or institutionalized contacts that ought to have been there. So some of us who travel to Southeast Asia, of course most people go to Bali because it's a wedding destination, not because it's where Balinese Ramayana is performed, unfortunately. So we're very happy that Professor Dibia is here with us and he will give us some performance on Kecak. And Professor Dibia is traveling to India. He's giving some performances here as well as in Mumbai. And this is also the 75 years of India-Indonesia diplomatic relations. We are VIF and BB Center with the help of the Indonesian Embassy. We are going to do some more events later in the year. So, in fact, we are kicking off our celebrations of 75 years with this performance. And I also may mention here that Professor Dibia visited India first time in 1969. So some of you, it's a hoary past for many of you. And he has been regularly visiting India, so he has a deep contact with India. And in recognition of his contribution to India and Indonesia relations, he also has been awarded Padma Shri. So, he is a new personality, and we're delighted and honored, sir, that you are here with us. And we look forward to today's show. Thank you.
Namaskar. Very good morning to all. I'm very, very happy and a great honor for me to stand in front of you to share about Ramayana in Bali, Indonesia. But before I speak about Ramayana, the importance of Ramayana in our culture, I would like to begin our event with gamelan presentation. For those who are not too familiar with gamelan, this is a small set of gamelan, consists of key instruments, drums, key instruments, drum, gong, and cymbal. Each of them has different kind of function. The drums, keys instruments provide the melody. The small gong over there provide the beat. The gong indicating the end of the phrase, and the drum leading the dynamic change of the gamelan. So in our gamelan, musical composition always composed in even number, sometimes 4, sometimes 8, sometimes 16, or the multiply of that. So when you hear gamelan music, you can follow the beat and you will be able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and gong. So the gong marking the end of the phrase. In a way, when we listen to Balinese music, the gong is the exhale. So we breathe with that and we will be able to enjoy the music. Before I start the gamelan, allow me to thank the Embassy of Indonesia, represented by a few officials over here, for inviting us and for helping us to be part of the celebration of 75th anniversary of diplomatic relationship between Indonesia and India. As I was told, this is a very special event here, and I'm happy to share with you what Ramayana is in Bali and Java, especially in Indonesia. And I myself, not only researcher in Ramayana, but I am a performer of Ramayana. In 1969, I came here for the first time to perform Ramayana as Hanuman. My last Hanuman performance was last year in Siliguri, and at the time I was asking myself, can I still perform Hanuman in my old age like this? Thanks Lord Hanuman, he allowed me to perform Hanuman, even though with some kind of modification movement, because I don't dare enough to do some kind of walking on my knees. Because very possible, if I walk on my knees, I may not be able to stand up again. So, let's hear the short version of gamelan. The title of the piece is Awigenam Astu. This is a prayer expecting the success of the performance without any obstacles. This is my new piece that I composed especially for this tour. So enjoy the gamelan. If you have any question about the interlocking or any elements of the gamelan, at the end of the event, we can take some questions. Pardon me? The name of the musical piece is Awigenam. Awigenam. Yeah. In Bali, we say Awigenam Astu. So, a prayer for the success of whatever event we have. For this evening or this afternoon, we will have gamelan Awigenam for blessing our event. Yeah. So here are the Awigenam. That was instrumental music, gamelan, I call awigenang, to open a performance. In Bali, gamelan ensemble can be played by 30 people. Consists of more keys instruments, two more gongs, and one more drums, and it's become a large ensemble. So it's a good thing that we have small ensembles, so not too loud for this room. So, speaking about Kecak, I have to explain about Ramayana, because Kecak is about Ramayana, although not necessarily always Ramayana. So in Bali, especially, and in Indonesia in general, Ramayana is a very important dramatic resources. There are several major theatrical forms using Ramayana as the main story. So in Bali, the Hindu people perceive Ramayana not only as dramatic resources, but as itihasa, which is a sacred book. So every episodes of Ramayana convey different kind of messages, strongly believed by the Hindu people as the voice of God. This is why we treated Ramayana not only for entertainment, but also to strengthen our religious kind of belief. So, in Bali, Ramayana divided into 7 books. The first one is Balakanda, like in Valmiki Ramayana. It started from the time when Rama still young, sent to the forest to protect the hermits, to prevent them destroyed by or attacked by the demons groups led by Marisha. And it ends with the royal archery competition where Rama won Sita. The second one is Ayodhya. Ayodhya Kanda, we call, is tragedy in Ayodhya Palace upon the coronations of Rama to be the king of Ayodhya, but suddenly stopped by Kekayi. And Kekayi demand to send Rama to the forest and making the king very kind of shocking mentally, and then finally the king passed away. And upon the death of King Dasarata, Bharata, the young sons of Dasarata, went to the forest asking Rama to return to the palace, but Rama refused because he obeyed the voice of his father, and in return he sent his son to send to the palace with Bharata, symbolizing that Rama always next to him to lead the country. The third one, this is my favorite, is the Aranyakanda. Aranyakanda is the scene where Rama, Sita, Lakshmana wandering around the forest and then seduced by transformed golden deer. And that lead him into the searching or running for the golden deer and leave Sita alone. And when Sita stayed alone, King Dasamuka abducted him and fly her to Alanka. And on the way, the mighty bird Jatayu trying to stop Ravana, but unsuccessful. He was killed, but before his death, Jatayu tells that Rama must go to Kiskanda to meet Sugriv. And that leads us to the Kiskanda Khanda, the fourth books. The Kiskanda Khanda is completely a battle scene between the two brothers, Monkey Kings, Bali and Sugriva. In Bali, we call it Subali and Sugriva because of misunderstanding. And you know all of that story. I don't have to tell you that again, but just briefly, at the end of the story, Sugriv promised that he will have his army to help Rama to free Sita. And to begin with, Sugriv asked Hanuman to meet Rama, and Rama sent him as messenger. The next book is the Sundara Kanda. The Sundara Kanda, where Hanuman sent as messenger of Rama to make sure that Sita is really there in Alanka, and he found Sita was somehow captured at the Taman Argasoka, or we call it Angsoka in Bali. And finally, he found her and proved that she's okay. And then, before returning to Rama, he was able to put part of the Alanka palace on fire as a warning to King Ravana or Dasamuka. If he's not free Sita, even worse kind of destruction will happen to Alanka. But Dasamuka doesn't pay attention to that. And he challenged Hanuman to bring more monkey army. And the sixth book is the Yuddha Kanda. This is the great battle scenes of different kind of deaths occurring there, including at the end the death of Dasamuka. The seventh book is the Uttarakanda. Many believe that Uttarakanda was part of the Ramayana that written the last. As a result, it's become the opening of Ramayana, at the same time also at the end of Ramayana. As you all know, Uttarakanda tells about the meeting between sons, Kush and Love, and until the end of that, where finally Kush and Love crowned as king of Ayodhya, and Rama decided to go to the forest and so forth. So that's of the seventh book that we have in Ramayana Bali. Now, I will continue to Ramayana performance. What are the major forms that perform Ramayana as the main story? The first one is Wayang Kulit, which is the shadow puppet. Okay, the shadow puppet. This is actually a simple part of shadow puppet. Because when we perform shadow puppet, we project this on the screen, and then the shadow of this can be watched by the audience across the screen. Unfortunately, this is not well carved; it's just plain kind of leather here, just to show you. And this is the way how the Balinese is playing their puppet on the screen. So puppet is considered one of the oldest theatrical form in Bali. Yeah, from 10th century and performing Ramayana story and Mahabharata as well. And the second one is Legong Kraton. Legong Kraton is a classical dance performed by a female and depicting different kind of story, but Ramayana also part of the Legong Kraton dance. And the third one is Wayang Wong. Wayang Wong is identical to mass Ramayana dance drama, meaning the character of Wayang Wong is portraying the leading character of Ramayana, but the dancer wearing mask. Yeah. Then the fourth one is Kecak. I'm going to go to the detail of Kecak, so you know how to understand Kecak, how to enjoy Kecak, or if you want, you can join Kecak as well, if you can. Yeah, Kecak is a vocal chanting. Yeah, developed in 1930s. Yeah, portraying Ramayana story. And the latest form is called Sendratari. Sendratari is like ballet. Ramayana is acted through movement, no verbal kind of dialogue, but just movement. So that's the latest form that we have in Bali, in Indonesia, where Ramayana become the main story to perform. Now I come to Kecak. Kecak, known to the Western people or to the outside world as monkey dance. That is because Kecak originally performed with Ramayana. It happened, the first creation of Kecak involving character of monkeys. Because the story chosen for the first creation of Kecak was the death of Kumakarna. As you know, Kumakarna died because of the monkey army. He was attacked by millions of monkeys. So because of that, the image of Kecak became monkey dance. So it was difficult for me whenever I come to different countries to give workshop on Kecak. And the person always asks, are you going to turn us as monkey? Of course not. Yeah, Kecak is not about monkey. Kecak is about vocal chanting. The essence of Kecak is vocal chant. Yeah. In fact, Kecak is the most complicated kind of art form, presenting complex, multi-rhythmic vocal chant. The word to play is Cak. Yeah, Cak, C-A-K. Not Cha, C-A, but Cak. Very sharp, Cak like that, not Cha. Because with Cak, you providing space for the other voice to enter. Yeah. So, Kecak was created in 1930s under the inspiration of a German painters, artist named Walter Spies. He came to Bali at the time, and he was inspired by the performance of Kecak as part of sacred dance called Sanghyang, which is trance dance. So he then suggests the local people, if possible for him, to see Kecak to perform Ramayana story. Of course, this kind of inspiration warmly welcomed by local people and depict the story of the death of Kumakarna. As I mentioned, that Kecak was part of trance dance, but not as the main elements of the trance dance, but as musical accompaniment. Only when we have Kecak Ramayana, we begin to have Kecak as independent performance. Before that, Cak was a musical accompaniment for the trance dance. As I mentioned earlier, Kecak is multi-rhythmic chanting. What I mean by that is that in Kecak you have two different parts. One is a simple rhythmic patterns where you can just say what cha 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 some sing downbeat, some sing upbeat, and then rhythm three simple cha 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 cha, and some say 7 rhythm cha 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 cha, and this stand by itself without syncopation. Most difficult part of doing it is the syncopated part, is we call kilitan kecak. So kilitan kecak or interlocking kecak, we have in 3 voices. In gamelan, we have interlocking in 2 parts. Let me show you the interlocking part of gamelan. Yeah. So, this is interlocking of 2 parts, downbeat and upbeat. So, in Kecak, we have interlocking of 3 parts. The downbeats that I demonstrate the rhythm 3, which is cha 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 cha. It's downbeat because it hit my palms. Cha 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 cha. And the upbeat is hanging. Cha 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 cha. If I put together, it becomes cha 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 cha, and still one space still left. So there's a gap there. So to fill up the gap, we have the 3rd part, the bridging part we call Sanghyang. It goes like cha 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 cha. If we put together, it will become like this. So almost there is no gap there. This is why very important for the Kecak chorus to keep the syllables very sharp, not dragging it to the other part. So now, in terms of innovation of Kecak, since its creation in 1930s, many different innovation has been done to make this form alive, and also to create a new thing inspired by Kecak. I was inspired by Kecak for the first time in 1971, 2 years after my visit to India. And after that, I was so engrossed by the excitement of Ramayana story. And from there on, I worked with Kecak quite intensively. I worked with Kecak using 1,000 people, meaning I involved 10 villages to perform Kecak. I worked with Kecak 400 people on the beach, 100 of my dancers chanting and swimming right at the Kota beach during sunset. I worked with Kecak only using 11 people, just to prove that Kecak is not about number, about how many people can do. And that is why the smallest Kecak group you have, the smallest people that you have, the hardest for the chanters to do, because they are challenged to do the part right. With many people, even though you involve maybe 100 or 200 people, maybe only 50 really doing a good chanting. The rest just raise their hand and talking while chanting. And that is not good. Especially now that in Bali we have so many Kecak groups perform for tourists. It's become a very routine kind of performance. During the performance, many of the genders talking to each other, and I don't like that one because it's really creating new different kind of voice around the voice orchestration there. So what I'm saying here, Kecak is really a communal effort. So everyone should contribute to different kind of rhythm. And for this morning Kecak, I will focus only on the story of Hanuman as messenger of Rama. So there are two books that we are utilizing here. The first one is the end of the Aranyakanda, where Hanuman met Rama, and then Rama sent him to be the messenger, and finally the Sundarakanda, where Hanuman sent by Rama to Lanka, and before leaving Lanka, Rama put the palace on fire. So that's the introduction I would like to make for Kecak performance. Again, if you later on after the performance have burning questions, I would be very happy to take your questions, and I hope you enjoy the performance that we have this morning. So again, thank you for listening, and let's wait for the dancers ready for Kecak. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was the end of Kecak entitling Hanuman as messenger. So now we still have some time, maybe 10 minutes. If any of you would like to raise some questions about the Kecak Ramayana, please raise your hand. Yes.
Mike.
So, the question is there any similarity of any of the Indian folk or classical dance with this dance? I saw one movement of the feet for sure.
True. We have foot position, open knees, that's similar to classical Indian dance. Only the movement of the hand is not like in Bharatanatyam, because we don't execute mudra, but kind of free expressive movement. But one thing that I have to mention here, in Bali, in Indonesia, Hanuman is a monkey with dignified kind of a character. But here, Hanuman is demigod. That is why in 1969, when first time I landed here and performed Hanuman, 3 hours before the performance, the leader of my group told me, Dibia, this is India. Hanuman here is a god, not just monkey. So as a young dancer at the time, I was so nervous, sweating all over my body, and not knowing what to do. But luckily, one of my mentors was sitting next to me, just telling simple direction, cut the 8 movement and put more godly kind of quality of movement. And that really helped. At the end of the performance, I received a very, very warm response from the audience. So this is a kind of different perception of how we portray Hanuman. When I was young, I did a lot of somersault, working on my knees and all of the things, just like monkeys. But nowadays, I don't dare enough to do that. So we do have similarities in terms of body position, also the use of body posture. In Bali, we have the concept of trianga, which is similar to tribange, the folded of 3 parts of your body: the leg, the torso, and the head. Because in our tradition, we are not allowed to lift our leg higher than the waist level. And the movement always developed from the middle part, from hand. the leg only supporting, and the completion of the movement always on the head part, with the nodding, changing the focus, or eye movement. So that's the way how we move and operate our movement phrase in Bali. Any other more questions? Yes.
Like, how do you guys build stamina? Because I think it takes a lot to perform like this. So, do you practice any exercises?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. We have a concept of Munda Vayu. Munda means how to control and how to locate your energy and how to control your breathing. When you do the chanting, like this is the way how you control your breath. So when you do the chanting, it's really physical therapy there. If you're able to control your breath, because by controlling your breathing cycle, this means you gain your energy as you spend it. And also when you do the interlocking with other people, you gain a lot of energy. So that's making the stamina can stay for a longer time. Yeah, she says, yes.
Is there any similarity between martial arts and this form?
Not quite, but we use some kind of movement that inspired by muscle power, but not completely just transform it and apply it in Kecak.
Because I could see that it was somewhat related to Chauta.
Yeah, fighting, yes. Yeah, fighting for the demon, yes. The two gods that fighting with Hanuman use elements of martial art as well there.
I could see the bond.
Yeah. 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 Last question?
This exchange you were taking place in Balinese language, what were they saying?
Yes.
What were they saying? What was the dialogue?
The dialogue is all in Old Javanese, mixed with Sanskrit. So this is why when we deal with performing arts, we have to utilize a lot of Sanskrit word, Old Javanese, especially for the principal character. As I began screaming there, it was a kind of narration in Sanskrit or in Old Javanese, telling what is the story is about, but all in Kawi language or Old Javanese. So for that, you have to learn a few Old Javanese language to be able to utilize it in this Kecak.
So what was the essence of the dialogues that were taking place between Hanuman and
Hanuman and Rama. First he was asking Rama, telling Rama that I'm here because Sugriv tell me to meet you. So that's all in Old Javanese. And then Rama also said, okay, I'm happy that I met you here now, that you are here, so go to Lanka, bring my rings and give it to Sita. And make sure that Sita is safe there, and Hanuman, of course, I will do my duty. So that's the kind of dialogue. In Kecak, Ramayana is not performed in a narrative kind of story, but very episodic. The purpose has been to allow Kecak to perform the vocal chanting more than just telling story. Yeah.
Professor, let me compliment the troupe and you. I think Ramayana has been performed in a very graceful and rhythmic fashion. You see, we performed our own Ramayana, Ramlila as we call it. It is more vigorous actually, more of theatre, more of dialogue.
Yes.
So it is over a period of time we have introduced, because I remember I was a young kid looking at Ramlila, so we introduced the songs and the dances and all that. And it becomes slightly more, I would say, parochial, etc.
Yeah.
But this is the most graceful way in performing. And somehow or the other, the tale also was being narrated at the background. It completely takes your breath away. So I think this is what I say, that you adopted it from India, but you have made it much more graceful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Just want to know this chart. Does it change with the mood of the scene?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
pronunciation.
The tempo indicate the change of dramatic scene.
Mm-hmm.
And the word cha is not chow but cha.
Cha.
It's an imitation of the house lizard, the sounds of house lizard. Because in Balinese, I believe that when you pray in a temple and you hear the sound of lizard,
Yeah.
so that means you are blessed.
Correct. Still
So
taken as that.
that's what it conveyed for the safety of the community. And in the trance dance, the word cha 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 is repetitive, said to seek for more blessing from the God and protection in case of epidemic and things like that. So
It's
this is why,
inviting more energy
Yes.
and more blessing.
yes, in terms of the presentation of Ramayana, and in this Kecak we present Ramayana like a form of total theater, not just telling the storyline, but also the change of dramatic mood in the story itself by changing the tempo of the Kecak, and as well as the melodic song that we have in between.
Just one last query, sorry to take your time. Is there any similarity between the Sanskrit halant and the Japanese word? Is there any similarity?
Javanese, not Japanese.
Javanese,
Yes.
yeah, and the Sanskrit that halant comes from chap.
Yeah,
Is there any similarity between that?
similar in terms of written ways. Yeah, it is similar, but sometimes the use of it's sometimes different. How they use in Java and Bali,
Okay.
and in fact, some of the word has the opposite meaning.
Okay.
Yeah, and for that we have to be careful in using it and to use it properly. Otherwise, it might confuse the audience.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's a superb performance, and I've been wanting to see this ever since I first saw a performance of this on YouTube, and particularly the gongs and the instruments.
Uh-huh.
And this takes me back to spring to Angkor Wat, where I was in March this year. Just came back 3 months ago, because it takes me back to the Ramayana inscriptions on the walls of the Angkor Wat.
Yes.
So I think the entire Southeast Asian region is related.
Yes. Yeah. Well, gong as an instrument, gong as a voice is all applied here. If you remember hearing sir like that, that's the repetition of the gong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sir. Or sir, 4, sir. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the sir is imitation of the sound of the gong. So that indicates how important gong sounds in a musical form as how it's important also in this vocal chanting. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. This is one of the issues.